Hey everyone, I'm Yvonne Ashton and welcome to Mornings with Mayesh. In today's episode, we are thrilled to have two special guests from Flowers for Dreams, an innovative company with a commitment to giving back and creating meaningful experiences. Joining us today are Madison and Thalia, are two talented designers who have been instrumental in shaping Flowers for Dreams creative direction and community involvement initiatives. Despite not having any prior design experience when they joined the company 2 years ago, Madison and Thalia have grown tremendously and now play key roles in the wedding design side of the business. In this episode, we'll dive into Flowers for Dreams' unique mission of donating a quarter of its net profits to local charities and how Madison and Thalia have been at the forefront of organizing various community events, such as the recent ice cream social and the Mother's Day memorial installation. We'll also explore the company's commitment to using locally grown blooms and greens in their seasonal menus and how this sets them apart from traditional florists. Throughout the episode, we'll learn how Flowers for Dreams' various initiatives, such as the sub-artisan and DIY subscriptions, contribute to their mission of engaging with and giving back to the local community, and how these efforts align with the company's overall vision and values. Don't forget to drop your questions in the comments, and we'll do our best to address them during the live session. Also, say hello. Always love to hear where you guys are watching from. And also, just wanted to make sure that you join our email list so you never miss our upcoming lives, other events, news, and exclusive deals. And posted that link in the comments below for you guys. And so let's get started and hear from Madison and Talia. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time with their name. My apologies. And I just want to welcome them to the show. Thank you. Hi, ladies.
Hi.
How are you?
Thanks for having us. We're good. We're excited. We're just really excited to be here.
Good, good, good. I'm excited too. So, my apologies about the name pronunciation. And I also, just before we get started in talking about Flowers for Dreams, can you guys introduce yourself and tell a little bit about your flower story?
My name is Thalia, and I've been in the florist industry for about 3 years. I graduated from CCS with background in film and sculpture. So for my floristry, I like to use a lot of apply the things that I learned from either doing woodworking, stonework, and applied into more of the organic way of like making things into a shape that I like.
Hi, my name's Madison. I'm sorry, my voice is kind of gone, so I sound a little raspy. But I started floristry because I used to farm for 2 years, and I grew flowers for a little bit. Then I started working at a wholesaler, which is very interesting. Um, and they came into the shop and they were like, "Hey, we need some flowers for Mother's Day," and I was like, "I'll do it." And it kind of just sprouted from there. So I just combined my love for nature and like beautiful things in nature and just applied that passion to forestry. And here I am. It's been about 2 years, 2.5 years. Three?
Yeah, we started the same month.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's another fun fact. We started the same month at Flowers for Dreams.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, that's awesome. Awesome. Can you guys tell us about Flowers for Dreams mission and how the company gives back to the community through charitable contributions? This is honestly, I know there's a lot of companies that give back or deal with different charities, but I feel like this is kind of the first company that we've seen that's structured with this intention, which is really cool.
Okay. So the way that Flower Dreams works is we donate 1/4 of our net profits to not just charities, but local charities within the cities that we lay in. So we believe that if you're going to be a part of community and you're going to be doing something where you're, again, within a community, you should be giving back in a way. So we really try to not only just give money, but make relationships with the charities that we do, hold community events, give out small donations to other charities alongside of the main charities that we're doing, and just overall build like a warm, welcoming community, all surrounded by the thing that people love, flowers. So, yeah. that's pretty much the mission, and we're really proud to stand behind it, honestly. We are.
Awesome, awesome. Madison, you've been involved with organizing various community events for Flowers for Dreams, such as the recent ice cream social and the Mother's Day memorial installation. Can you share more about these events and the impact that they have on your local community?
Yeah, so the most recent one we did was the ice cream social, and we just dropped the summer menu, and it has the Sunday on it. So one of the founders, Stephen, was like, "Why don't we do like an ice cream thing?" I was like, "Oh, that's really cool." But we, again, are always thinking of charities. So here in the Detroit store, I thought of the idea of, hey, why don't we do a thing where if you buy ice cream, you get free flowers, and then all the profits, no matter how big or small they are, will go to Ruth Ellis, which is an LGBT community organization that services young people here in Detroit. So that was really cool. And the Mother's Day installation was really special to me because I unfortunately lost my mother when I was 17. And I realized that the floral industry kind of makes a lot of their money during Mother's Day. It's our busiest day of the year, you know, it's insane. So for people who might be having strained relationships with their mothers, either they maybe not be able to have children, they don't talk to their mother anymore, their mother may have passed, things like that. If we're going to build a community here at Flowers for Dreams, we need to include those people too. So we did an installation in each city where we just erected a sculpture, and then people could come and take flowers from it if they were hurting in any type of way during Mother's Day, and then leave a note of grief or whatever they wanted to say. Here in Detroit, we partner with God Grief House, which is a really cool grief organization who services not only just like adults grieving, but children, teenagers. And they help to do like meditation, talk about grieving, how to prepare for a hard holiday like Mother's Day, and everything in between. So stuff like that is like what we try to do at Flowers for Dreams, because it's not just about, you know, flower arrangements, it's about community. So yeah.
Absolutely. And I'm so sorry for your loss, but I'm so happy that you have found, this company that you're working with and can give back to that community and really share in that emotion, like it's definitely like a truth, I feel like, instead of just doing it just to do it and do something good. There's like more meaning behind it for sure.
Absolutely. Grateful
Yeah.
for
I think those people who, during Mother's Day don't really either get to be seen or heard, but I guess they get to be seen in a way that is like more personal for them.
yeah.
Because I feel like, because I went to like the event that you shared with the CC event, so many people also connected with other people with like the loss and grief over their motherhood or just not having a mom present in their life. And it helped a lot of people, and I could see like it was very meaningful because they kept coming up to Madison and just saying thank you. So it was a really good event.
Yeah. That's amazing. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
How does Flowers for Dreams differ from traditional florists in terms of its product offerings and commitment to using locally grown items?
I guess. So Flowers to Dreams isn't your traditional flower shop in a sense of we have more of a curated design menu when it comes to our bouquet. So it goes seasonally. So every season we change out our bouquets. Not like a drastic change, but like intermittently, like we'll drop one and then 2 weeks later our like menu will change. During the summertime, which is like honestly my favorite time of the menu, it changes to either more local farm flowers. So we get a different variety that's native to like the Detroit area and Michigan, and I just enjoy like just seeing the different varieties that grow. Also, it's like more colorful, and a lot more people enjoy the bouquet because like our farm style changes with the season from like May to September.
Yeah.
It's like when I got our last. They just change in like what's happening around us, and I think that's really cool.
Yeah, we also get to partner with local farms. So like right now, we've worked with Michigan Flower Co-op in the past, which is like a co-op of flowers that they gather flowers from different farms and then bring them to us, which is really cool. We've really been partnering with This one farmer, her name is Forget Me Not Farms. She is great. She has a dog named Tater who comes to the shop once a week. And honestly, you can just not tell the difference, but like you can just see the love in it, really. Like, and I think that is really cool because it really shows in the bouquets when people get our farm arrangement, and people love it. They go crazy for it. I go crazy for it. So, you know.
But also,
Yeah.
I think we're also included with like dry arrangements. So
Mm-hmm.
like all of our flowers that don't sell from the week or anything, we don't just throw them away. We try and salvage the ones that can be dried, and then we can use those for like the winter bouquets as well, which is really cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Honestly, yeah. Just sustainability. I feel like as a whole, we're really trying our best to like, because we understand that floristry as a whole isn't really the most. It can be not the most sustainable. Like, I don't know what's the word I'm looking for. Environment. Yeah, environment to be in or industry.
Mhm.
There we go. It might not be the most sustainable industry. So we're really trying around here to not just reuse things for dry arrangements, but obtain locally and things like that. So it's really exciting, and it's my favorite. I agree with Julia. Spring and summer is the best time of year for us because the flowers we get in are insane. They're insane.
That's awesome. Madison, I've heard that you're the leader of the DIY subscription. Can you walk us through the process of creating these weekly arrangements and how you decide on the content and where people can watch that?
Yes. So the DIY subscription is pretty much the do-it-yourself subscription. It's pretty much you get sent stems every or however often you want them. It can be weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, whatever you want. And along with it comes a video of me telling you in a very fun, silly way, hey guys, let's put these together and make something beautiful. It's very like low stakes. It's not like insane mechanics. It's just like a friendly friend every week that's going to be on YouTube saying, hey, this is what you can do with your stems. So that's really cool. And when I go about making them, I kind of, one, I try to do seasonally. So for spring, I had an entire episode where I did spring branches, which was really cool. So I got like cherry blossom branches and like other branches and stuff. So I really try to make them seasonal, spring tulips and baby dahlias in the summer one, things like that. And then secondly, I just try to make it fun and accessible. Like, I don't think floristry needs to be this big thing where people think they can't do it. If you got pruners and you got some flowers and you got a vase, have some fun and let's put something beautiful together. So that's what I kind of think of when I'm doing the DIYs, honestly. And I love it. And you can watch them on YouTube, at Flowers for Dreams YouTube.
Yeah, so I'm gonna post that here and show that for you guys. So yeah, it's Flowers for Dreams, their YouTube channel. So you can definitely check out those videos. I'm going to after this.
Yeah. My favorite episode is the Halloween episode. I dress up like a scarecrow. You'll love it. You'll love
Oh, that's cute. um uh
it.
Thalia, do you get involved with these at all? Like, do you get in front of the camera or do you get involved with this?
I've actually filmed a few of her videos. I helped her set it up, and then I stepped in for one of the DIYs. So I think that was like what 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, so if you don't scroll back too far, she does it.
I'm there.
She's
I'm
there.
not as tall or the filming. I don't know. I was very nervous when I did the DIY because I was like, I'm usually behind the camera, but being in front of it, I was like, wow, Madison has a lot of guts to be right here. Because to be talking about everything, I was just like, am I doing it right in my head? But no, Madison is the Bob Ross of the DIYs.
No, and she's also helped me curate some. Like, when we were doing the Constant Spry competition, while we're here, she helps me do like pick out the DIYs for a week. So she's also helped me in that way too. Everything's kind of a team effort here, so it's really cool.
Yeah, that's great. Okay. So Madison and Thalia joined Flowers for Dreams. You said, was it 2 years ago or 3 years ago?
Yeah, I would say for it's been about 2.5, 3.
Okay, and you guys didn't have any design experience, that's what I understand. And so can you kind of share your both of your journeys on how you've grown within the company, and now working more on the wedding design side?
I would say it at first floor, like I said earlier with the DIYs, floristry sometimes can seem very intimidating. Because it's just like this beautiful thing that like you've always seen in like movies, in stores, all this stuff. So I think a big part of my design experience was stripping away the how intimidating it kind of looked in my head and like really just going for it, like testing boundaries, trying new things, asking for help. Like I have so many people that I can be thankful for that have so much experience, especially here at Flowers for Dreams. Betty, Lily, I'm looking at you, that have really been patient with me and taught me like mechanics, helping me jump out of my comfort zone, challenging me, things like that. Because I look back at my first bouquet. I don't know if you've ever looked back at your first bouquet, and I'm like, wow, it has changed so much. And then honestly, partnership. Like Lily's become one of my best friends at this store, and she has such a good eye for certain things and like design and art because of her background, and leaning on her for those things. And I'm sure her leaning on me for things as well. Like that partnership has really been very good. I feel like we've done a lot of cool installations together. So just that I feel like is a big part of my journey here as well. So, yeah.
Love it. Thalia, how about you?
I think my floral design work from the beginning, coming from a background in like art and design, I think I have an understanding of like how to pair colors and playing with different textures. But when it came to organic matter and understanding like how to make them last longer or like how to do the armature of them, that was definitely a challenge because like I didn't understand like the weight of some of the material, or how to keep things hydrated was one thing as well. But I'd like to say that we had a prior manager who her name was Laura, and she did phenomenal, like just different structural works with her like what was it? What organization she had?
I'm not sure. I know she does stuff with the DIA, friends of the DIA, stuff like that, and she does a lot of like floral clothing.
Yeah, floral clothing and just seeing it in that structure and realizing that this kind of organic biomatter can just turn into even more of like an art was interesting. And then also Lily has books and books upon like just different arrangements, different artists. So I really lean on like Betty and Lily as well. Because Betty has been like in the industry since she was like a kid.
Yeah,
Her mom owned a flower shop. So like any questions I had, I always ask for critiques in the beginning, just like, hey, how can I make this better? Or what would you do? And then now it's transitioning more into like, I'll make something and then I'll ask Madison instead to be like, what do you think and how to feel? So we're always asking each other questions on like, what do you think could be better? Or like, how do you feel about this? And so we're always like having an in-shop critique on like what's happening with our art. And I really appreciate the ability to go to like Mayesh and like our other wholesalers just to see the different varieties and like how we can play with them, and then just seeing how long to like while it's drying, what will it become? Because even after like flowers, after they've like moved on to the next stage, they're even cooler when they dry.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. You mentioned a couple other women that I think are a part of your team. Do you want to talk a little bit about how the company is structured? Because I know you guys are in Detroit, but I think Flowers for Dreams is bigger than just your local area. Yes.
Yes. So there's one store in Chicago. That's I call that headquarters because they were the first. And then there's Milwaukee, that's second, and then Detroit came along, little baby Detroit. So yeah, that's how it's kind of structured, and then they all donate to charities within their cities because again,
Mhm.
in that community, they want to serve that community. Here in Detroit, though, we have a general manager. Her name's Jill. We love her. Big hearts to Jill. We have Lily, our wedding and events consultant lead. She is amazing. She has a background in like New York floristry, and having that as like a resource to really lean on in terms of like technique and beauty and design has been such a blessing to me and Dalia. We love Lily so much. And then Betty, who no longer works with us, but she actually works at Mayesh, which is really cool. Um, she was a big help in terms of just floristry in general. Like she's been in floristry again since she was like her mom owned a flower shop. Yeah, she was like a child. Like so, she knows the ins and outs of it, and her creativity is what truly inspires me. Some of the things she's done, thought of, how quick she is, how on the fly she is with problem solving. It was very inspirational, and I looked up to her a lot. So Mayesh is very lucky to have her, and yeah. So that's kind of the dynamic here. We also have wonderful daily designers here who are growing in their floristry as well, like Marissa, SJ, new people starting, and all women here too, which is amazing. Miss Leah, yeah. So yeah, the dynamic here is just it's honestly very beautiful, and we're very grateful for it with all these people here that make up Flowers for Dreams Detroit. I don't think we'd be how we are without any of them. So.
I honestly, what we won the competition during Women's Month.
Yeah, we won it during Women's Month.
So I think it was really special to us because like we're one of are we doing all women teams?
Yeah, no, yeah, all the other teams and all of them. They're one bigger and two all women.
We're an all women team here at Flowers for Dreams in Detroit. So I really liked it, and that win was it meant a lot because like we had our whole team behind us, critiquing us and like helping us just like cheer us on. It was like really, I don't know. It was a very good time.
Yeah, it was a very good time for us. It was.
Yeah. Look, and you're talking about the Constant Spry Design Challenge. Yes, let's talk about that. Tell us a little bit more about that experience, because you guys, we connected you guys and Mayesh because you participated in it, and then Ali, my teammate, is like, we got to get them on for an interview. This is going to be really great. So tell us about that experience for you guys, and also like you guys talked a little bit about it, but how it reflects Flowers for Dreams commitment to sustainability and creativity in particular.
So I think the Constant Spry was one of the things that me and Thalia were like, we want to do it. We were like, we're gonna do this and we're gonna win. And and we saw the lineup and we went, wow, this is gonna be really hard. But I think one of the main things that we wanted to pay tribute to with Constant Spry was her attention to texture and this like almost like forest look. Like she's very known for branches and berries and fruit and just like all of these beautiful things that really step away from that traditional luxury Victorian Renaissance like florist style kind of.
Mhm.
Me and Thalia are probably being honest. That's probably our favorite. Like that look that just looks like it was picked from the earth and it falls beautifully in a vase. So we saw this competition and we were like, oh, we want to do it. But I don't think we would have won without Detroit. Like we really, I think it really speaks to like what we say about Flowers for Dreams. It's about community, and that really proved itself in this competition. Like we had friends telling us, we have been watching you guys for days, voting every day, sharing it with all our friends. Yeah. People I didn't even know. Oh, you're that girl that knows the Leah, and y'all did great in that competition. I voted every day.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
It was really amazing to see, like, because not only we won, but it was also like a win for Detroit.
Yeah.
Because I feel like as Detroit is growing right now, we still get like, we still get a little downfall on like, oh, you're from Detroit, or like, oh, you live in Detroit. But like, no, Detroit is a very loving community and it's very together. And if you need to be picked up or if you need to be supported, that's what I love about like the city is that they will do that for you. And to have Flowers for Dreams just like work within the community is even like bigger win. Like I said, like on like my Instagram post, like as it was happening, like if we win, you guys also win. This is a win for the city and everything.
Yeah, I don't know if Detroit is on the map for floristry. I really hope it is. But in terms of like floristry, people think of, California or New York or like all of these really cool flower scenes, like, New York's flower district, things like that. So it was really cool to see that we were up against people that have backgrounds in that. And we found the community and we did the research and it was just fun. I think more than anything, we just had so much fun. We did.
It was also, I feel like our big, it was a big step to, I feel like, acknowledging that we are florists. Because usually I don't feel like a florist. I'm like, I just do this. And actually doing it, it really confirms something with me. It's like, no, you are really good at making bouquets. No, you can do this. What you make is beautiful. And it's also, I feel like, an attest to like, because we did research about Constance Fry for like what 2 to 3 days, just to understand like her method and everything. But like for her to be a pioneer within like the floral industry as a woman, it was also like we're pioneering into like our own paths and how we are creatively. And to win was an affirmative like gold star and acknowledgement within that. Because like I feel like your friends can always say like, "Oh, you're doing good," but sometimes you don't believe them because it's like you're close to me, so you have to say it. It's like your mom saying like, "That's good, honey," but like to have like a national win, it just feels like, yes,
it's like wow, we did that.
I love it. Well, congratulations again to you guys because it was amazing and it was so fun to watch and have that like and just have all the people participate. And it is great that you guys represented Detroit. I feel like a few years ago, I don't know how long ago, but do you guys remember Flower House that was put on? It was like a whole floral installation in a rundown home. It was put on by Lisa Wad and let's see who.
Yes.
Do you guys remember that?
She recently did another installation.
Really?
Yeah.
Did she do another installation recently? I didn't know about it if she did.
Wow. Yes, I did hear about Flower House. I have heard about that. Doing stuff like that, I feel like is.
You're talking about Lisa Wad, right?
Yes.
Oh,
yes. She recently did another installation.
Was it the girls?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she just filled an entire like what is it?
16,000 square feet in a warehouse just full with grass. It's called Paradox. It's like the time period that happens after the rain. And that smell of everything. So she filled like the entire first floor with grass. Like every corner of like the warehouse was just filled with grass, and it was like really cool and a great installation. And that's like another thing I didn't know you could do with like botanical art. And I like thanked her. I was just like, you did an amazing work. I was like,
she's very cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I'm glad that you were able to go to that. Thalia, I wanted to ask more about your feelings about because I feel like a lot of people relate to this. So I hope you don't feel like I'm putting you on the spot, but how you said that you don't really feel like you're a floral designer. Can you talk a little bit about that? Is it because I remember when I started and like doing what I'm doing here at Mayesh, and I remember it took me a really long time to kind of feel comfortable too. I don't know if just because there's so much to learn, especially in the flower world. There's thousands of flowers. There's different ways to handle every single thing and the seasonality of it. There's a lot of and that's not even the design part. That's just knowing like your materials that you can work with. So I was just curious if you wanted to share anything about that.
Yeah,
if you're willing to.
I think it's so my background in sculpture isn't like I didn't start off with organic material. When I think of sculpture, I think of like clay, I think of like wood, I think of stone, ice. But I didn't think like flowers could be considered like a sculpture work until I came more here. Also, I don't know why, but floral industry, when I think of like the people who represent it, I think of older people. I don't think of people who are in their 20s.
Right.
As like a person to like be considered like a great florist or anything. They have to be like above like 40, but as being here, I realized that like it doesn't matter at like what age you can be a florist. But I think right now, since I'm so fresh and new to the game, I, as you said, I don't know the different varieties, as well as Madison. Madison knows so many like different varieties of like either landscaping or just like plants. Um, but there's a lot of plants and a lot of flowers that I didn't know existed until like going to the wholesalers, like Mayesh, and just like walking around and seeing what comes in tropical, what comes in branches, what comes in greenery, what comes in just roses alone. I didn't know that there were so many different roses and just like what they can, how they can open up. What do you do to preserve like the life of it? Like with poppies, I didn't know you have to burn the bottoms of it, and it's really cool to see like how life sustain itself with like hydration, like hydration. Cutting hydrangeas in a certain way was new to me. But then I also like chicken wire. Chicken wire is like one of my favorite things to like mold with because like
Right.
how pliable it is, and then just being able to see the installations that we do once we start putting flowers in is really fun to see because it's like we're watching the bone structure of something become like a fungi in like if you time lapse it. I've also been time lapsing a lot of things just to see like how we maneuver, and it's like really fun to see. But I like to thank Flowers for Dreams when it comes to our open studio because I think that's one of the things that they try and do is just invite more community, but more of the younger community to come and build bouquets either out of vases or just making flat lays. And I think it allows younger people to understand that like they can enter this industry not at a later time in their life, but like right now because it's also like I feel like associated with like older older people, older women go into like the floral industry. But I like to think like no, you can step in at any time and become a florist when you want.
Yeah, absolutely. Something that you guys might want to consider like going to is SAFs. Have you ever heard of their next gen conference that they do? They do it like once a year and they're because I feel like again, and I, I know this wasn't what this was supposed to be, but I feel like a lot of people relate to how you feel about, there's a lot of older people. I don't know how to connect with the younger people. I'm kind of just here on my own. And so SAF had a group of people kind of feel the same way. So they put together a conference specifically for those people to kind of get together, and they have education events and stuff. And SAF also, their like main event that they have, is more geared towards like the shop owners or kind of more of those type of people, and it's and honestly it can be a little too expensive to send, but this is more affordable, so like companies can send their newer people to like go and experience things like that, so might be something you might be interested in.
We'll pitch it.
Yeah, we'll definitely.
I know our bosses are watching this.
Yeah. Yeah, I can send information to you afterwards and connect you with people.
Yeah, it helps.
Yeah, and if anyone else is wanting to learn too, just go to SAF's website and it's all there. It's all there. Um, okay, so sorry for the little tangent. So can we talk about the sub artisan? I know you talked a little bit about the DIY subscriptions, but also the sub artisan and kind of again how that contributes to Flowers for Dreams mission with engaging with and giving back to the community.
Yeah, I think so. I think if you're going to be a company that really prides themselves on community work, I think just like I said with the DIY, it's important to have something that's accessible and something that like it's interactive. So I think the subscription is just another way for people to be interactive with us here at Flowers for Dreams. It's a way to go through the seasons with us, but not on the menu seasons, like the fun seasons is what I say. So pretty much it's just a subscription where you get an arrangement as often as you want, and it's already made for you, but it's a freestyle. So like me and Thalia's DIYs are going to look completely different but they're going to be made with stuff that either on our menu or we got in that week from the co-op, the flower co-op, things like that. And they're really special because since they're made by different people every time, they can look different every single time. So it's kind of just like a special way of people getting something a little bit more fun. Our menu is really fun usually, but if you want something a little more different, it's a really good way to, get some flowers every week or however often you want.
Right. So that would okay, so I see here. So I'm on your website right now. So you have like an artisan subscription and then the DIY subscription. So
Yeah.
the artisan one is like kind of what you guys do, and the DIY, like you just send them things and then that's when they get the videos, right?
Yeah.
I feel like the difference between the two different subscription is that, like with the sub artisan, you're just receiving a bouquet either bi-weekly, monthly,
Yeah.
or every week. And that's just like a bouquet made for you, where the DIY is where we're teaching you how to
Yeah.
make an arrangement, or at least giving you the foundation of what you could possibly do.
Yeah.
But you don't have to exactly follow like
Yeah.
the exact way of the video. You can still make it your own, but take the techniques that Madison is applying and listen to, like, why is she stripping the leaves off, or like why is she cutting in this diagonal, or like just allowing people to take the mini vases that we have at home
Yeah.
and
Right.
making
Something
a bouquet.
beautiful, yeah.
And then even if they can look back on the videos and take things that they foraged from like their own garden or the outside, which is something we like to do, is forage a lot of like different plants and just play with them. I think the DIY is just like a way to teach you how to play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the subscription is more of just like I'm a person that really likes flowers and I don't mind getting them weekly. So they do. And it's really cool. And again, they're just both ways for people to really get a good relationship with Flowers for Dreams. People who are doing our DIYs and our subscriptions, those are the true F4D fans, and we love you guys.
So the DIY, can you talk about like how popular that is? Because it is a definitely interesting concept where you send them the flowers, but then you again are walking them through how to put it's not like they're just getting flowers and like because honestly it kills me when I see like I have friends that have bought flowers, like whether it's, online or the grocery store or whatever, and then they literally take the wrapper off and then they literally just put it in a
Yeah.
vase and it looks just like I don't even know, but just really long stems like hanging out of this vase with the flowers on the top, and it's not so cute.
Yeah, I think that's the main thing, again, one of the main things that I try to really focus on with the DIYs is that I want people to understand that, like what Thalia says, she always says, I love to play with flowers. Like she always says that. And that's the thing, like there's more to flowers than just sticking them in a vase. Like style flowers can bend, they can be cut into cool shapes, they can be rolled out, they can be dyed, hung up upside down and dried and then made into something completely different. Like flowers are not just like this pretty thing to look at. Like they're like something that you can do true art with, and it's beautiful. So I really try to do that with the DIYs. Like some week I'll do something tropical. Like, hey guys, we're gonna do something tropical and modern. One week I'll do, hey, we're doing something a little bit more gardeny. Things like that. Like I really try to go through the styles, and it pays off. And in terms of popularity, I will say it was a lot more popular during the pandemic. People were at home not doing nothing. It's kind of like when people said that the search bar for making bread went up during the pandemic. It was pretty much that. So like that area was kind of like the golden area of our DIYs. But now it's definitely a lot more smaller, but I don't think that's bad at all because I think now we have this special relationship with like a small group of people that really want to learn. And I would love to see it grow more. I'm always trying to get it to grow more, recommending it to people out the door. And some people do sign up because they're like, hey, I'd love to watch this girl just tell me what to do with flowers. I'm like, yeah.
It's also a great gift.
It's a great gift.
It's a great gift
to the
viewers.
Yeah.
It's a great gift to give to your like partner, your grandma, or just like a person who needs to do a new hobby.
Yeah.
I feel like getting someone a DIY or the artist subscription is a great gift.
It is a great gift.
And also, I've noticed a lot of men have also came in to say, we had a guy come from like Arizona. He wanted like flowers weekly and asked about our subscription because he was just like, I just want my house to look nice. And I really like that, like, even men have came in, they're like, I like flowers, and they like receiving flowers.
Yeah.
I know we had like a past time where we were told that like they don't, but it's fun to see that change as well. I will admit, here in the shop, I feel like me and Madison sometimes fight to make the sub arts.
Yeah, we do.
Because they're so fun.
They're so fun to make.
Yeah.
We'll be like, I'll make this one. I'll make this one. And then there'll be like 3. And we'll be like, how about we just share them? Doing them together and be like, you can educate me.
Yeah.
So that's really fun.
Yeah. For the wedding side of your business, are you guys busy just like during a particular part of the year? Because I know it gets nice and cold. I used to live in Cleveland. I was kind of born and raised there. So I moved to South Florida about 10 years ago. So I know that it gets cold and probably weddings and events slow down during those months. But, how is it for you guys throughout the year?
I would say definitely in the beginning, it's a little quiet. We usually have a few weddings in like December, January, February. A lot more events kick up in December because, Christmas balls and all that stuff. But other than that, it does get a little quiet. But the moment it warms up, we hit the ground running. Like we're a team of what, 7, 8? And for the past couple weekends, we've had 6 weddings, 5 weddings, 4 events, open studio. Like we're really doing it all here. And it is kind of crazy. So summer really picks up for us, but it's an exciting time because weddings is just fun, especially when you get a bride that wants color and wants fun stuff. And she's like, go crazy, do whatever you want. It's a fun time. And I think me and Thalia again are very grateful that our floral journey has stepped into weddings and events. It's really helped us with our technique, our style. It's made us think about what we want our weddings to look like one day.
Oh yeah.
We always talk about that. So yeah, it's been really cool. So
I think our season, our season kind of begins after Valentine's Day when we have like that rush of week, but it's just not as big. And then we start creeping more into like May and June. Because like here in Detroit, we have like a special holiday right after Mother's Day called Flower Day, which is a lovely time in Eastern Market where every vendor just comes out with like a whole bunch of landscaping flowers or just flowers to sell. And it's just like this little block of ours just becomes filled with life and so many people. And like we've thrown like mini bouquets,
little parties in here for Flower Day. Flower Day truly is the kickoff. Like we always say that Mother's Day comes, then the next weekend it's always Flower Day, and then that's when that's when weddings, events, let's get it. Like it gets crazy.
And it's a fun time for like the store because we come together. We do an installation on our front gates, so it allows people to come in and learn more about us. But it's always a good time that day because everyone in the shop comes in and just hangs out, even if they're not working. We're just here with each other and just like having a good time. And we always do our annual photo, and I always like look forward to it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I've never ever heard of Flower Day before. So is that a Detroit thing? Is it a Michigan thing? It didn't make its way to Ohio. I've never heard of it ever.
Here in Eastern Market, we have something in the Eastern Market district. We have the Little Eastern Market, and it's this huge.
So it's Eastern Market. So it's like the little community that you guys are in.
Yeah. So Eastern Market is like the part of Detroit that we're in. But there's an actual market called Eastern Market. That's why this area is called that. And it's the huge meat central market, and then there's an outdoor market with 6 sheds? Yeah, like 6 sheds. It's one of the largest open air markets in America.
Cool.
It's almost been voted best one in best open market in America multiple times. we're always like second place. We're waiting for the year Detroit gets first because it truly is amazing. And every Sunday and Tuesday, thousands of people come out and just like buy flowers, buy handmade goods from local Detroiters, stuff like that.
And a lot
Yeah.
of farms.
And a lot of farms.
Yeah, a lot of farmers come and they sell their produce there. So a lot of people come and try and get like because it's like, it's healthier in a sense because it's like not like how in grocery stores they have like many different pesticides on it. But it's just like it's more community based, and it's been I feel like a blessing to like work with also Eastern Market, like the different events that we have with that community partnered with like Flowers for Dreams has been really fun to do, because we're doing an event next week. We're going to be doing a workshop on how to teach people how to make mini bouquets with Eastern Market actually this coming Friday.
And we're very happy to be in Eastern Market. It's a very close-knit community. It's very busy over here. And I think it's the perfect place to be when you have a mission like Flowers for Dreams does. So I love it.
Yeah, perfect. And I think that's a great segue for my next question is, do you have any recommendations for other florists who are looking to get started, just getting more involved with their community and giving back like you guys do?
Yeah, honestly, I would say holding events that are accessible to all. You know, I think a lot of times when we come from certain backgrounds in life, we have the want to hold events for people or things that are familiar to us. And we don't really think of the people on the outside of what's familiar to us. So I think thinking outside of the box and then going outside of that box and thinking outside of that and thinking about the people that are on the outside of even that box is how you really build community within your floral world. Like hiring people from different backgrounds, giving them opportunities, asking people what they need and what's going to help them in their floral journey. Again, holding events that like bring people that look different from you into your space, going out and seeking people that look different from you in your space. I think those are all things in floristry that will really help you grow as a florist, different perspectives. I don't know what I would do if I didn't have the people that are florists around me. They all come from different backgrounds, different lives, things like that. And I think that is the best advice I can give.
Yeah.
Also watch our DIYs.
Also watch
I think like if you just pick up a pair of shears and just play forage, like go on a walk and just get some things that you think are nice, is a nice little like small baby step into like floristry. Just like getting different branches, sticking them in some water, because like you don't just always need flowers to make an arrangement. You can use fruits, make armatures like with like wire, floral wire, and or just like one variety of plant and just like playing with that in different shapes is also a fun way to just like start. I think for me, I go on Pinterest a lot and I just look at other people's arrangements, because I feel like a lot of people don't realize that like it's okay to mimic other people's work in the beginning of like your career, because like you need to build an eye and a foundation. And you have to start somewhere. And like Madison said earlier, your first bouquet, like your first anything within art is always going to be like not your best, but it's a step forward. And at least you know that you tried. And it's not just something for older people. It can be something for you if you feel like that's just something that you want to do. Always just make your first snip.
Yeah, that's great. Always make your first snip. Don't be afraid. Because I was definitely afraid. I was.
Well, you guys brought up like the first bouquets a couple times. Like, can you talk about how that evolved? Like, do you have a certain design aesthetic now that you're like more drawn to? Like, that type of thing, especially when it comes to like weddings and events and that type of thing.
Yeah, I'm told I'm avant-garde. I like to make my things weird or just like big. I like wispy. I like whimsical. I always have to be told make it shorter or try and do the picture.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't know. I like the weird arrangements with the different groupings and like the different variety, like many different varieties. But I also appreciate minimal. So I think I just like both spectrums of like arrangements of just like either having too much in it or having too little. But I'm still finding like the balance of like what exactly I like to do. I mean, during the Constant Spry, like challenge, me and Madison, like for a few weeks after that, had like a branch obsession
Yeah.
of where like all of our arrangements that we were making had like
Branches.
branches in it.
Yeah. So it constantly changes, constantly.
Yeah, absolutely. Guys, do you want to talk a little bit about the Flowers for Dreams Foundation?
Yeah. So the Flowers for Dreams Foundation is how we do all of our charity work and our donations. So that is how you, if you are an organization that wants to be a part of our grants, would be able to apply. So you have to be a nonprofit. I believe the document is a 501c. I believe so. And you have to be at a certain range because again, we're trying to do small and local charities that uplift the community. So we're not donating to like huge conglomerate, organizations. We're trying to
Right.
donate to these people that are really doing community work, and we can see it, and it's very beautiful. And that is the website you can go to find all that information. Also, if you just want to see what we're doing at Flowers for Dreams, because one of the big things we really pride ourselves on is transparency. You'll be able to see all of what we do and how we donate and who we're donating to and what that means to us on this website as well. So, yeah.
Awesome. So I added that link along with the links to connect with Flowers for Dreams on Instagram and their website and their YouTube channel, all in the comments, so that you guys can check that out later. So this is awesome. Thank you so much. Do you guys have any closing comments before we wrap things up for the day?
Just thank you. We
Yeah,
really
thank
appreciate you having us. Thank you to Flowers for Dreams Detroit for supporting us. We love our team, and we wouldn't have been able to do the competition in confidence without them. Thank you for the community for stepping up for us.
Yeah. And thank you to Jill, because she's the one that saw the competition and showed it to us and said, I think you should do this.
Yeah, and she
Yeah.
really believed in us. So
Yeah,
thank
she
you,
really
Jill.
did believe in us. This win is also yours.
Yeah, this one is also yours, Jilly. We love you.
Shout out to Jill. I love it. I love it. Oh, awesome, guys. Well, I loved hearing your guys' story and everything that your company does. Flowers for Dreams. Just truly amazing and just inspiring. I hope that everyone watching kind of, takes a little piece from what you guys shared today. And that's a wrap on today's show. So Madison and Thalia, thank you so much for coming today and chatting with me and hanging out for almost a whole hour. Yeah, it goes by fast, doesn't it? Yeah, for sure. And then also everyone that's watching or listening to the replay, happy Juneteenth. It's June 19th. And so that is a special day this year and every year. And I hope you guys are celebrating today. And I hope you all stay tuned for the next show, and I will see you soon. Have a good day, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.